Russell, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for coming down here.
No problem. How did you get into the fenestration world?
So my dad was in the fenestration market, like a lot of people, I suppose, enter that way. Second generation in, he asked me to come and do some summer work. So I thought I'd earn some money to go travelling, and I still haven't been on holiday, and I'm still in the window industry.
that sounds about right.
So yeah, no, it was joined, entered the industry. I originally studied mechanical engineering at university, came in to help in the technical department, and then we started off there, started learning the ropes, started to design some of the products, and then eventually they gave me the mantle with a blank sheet of paper to redesign all the window systems. So I've designed all the products that we've sold up until now, and helped sales, technical, and then been in and around ALUK in lots of different positions all the way through. So that was kind of the journey, and then I've ended up where I am today.
Wow. So, was it your first proper job then, coming into fenestration? Didn't know. Wow, straight in at the deep end.
Yeah, it was an interesting time when I joined because the original Part L was just being developed,
Right.
early 2000s. And the aluminium industry was predominantly commercial, wasn't really a domestic market, very small market share. But we were always been rooted in the domestic side of the business, in the industry, trading sort of retail side. So the product offering we had was aimed at that market, and we were transitioning from a no U values to U value performance at the time, and we had to make the transition from an old technology of thermal break into a new polyamide world that we were going into, and we had 2 or 3 attempts at that transition and had a few flops. So I asked for a blank sheet of paper, and they gave it to me, and that was what we did. So developed the systems, and we aimed it really well. So when I entered the business, we were doing probably just under $1 million turnover a year.
Right.
Very small business. Could judge it by the lady in the office could put everyone's cups of tea on one tray. Slightly different these days, but that was kind of how it was back then. And we've grown and built the product range, and then the business went through 2 or 3 acquisitions over the time. So it's been quite a journey. So it's almost, I would say that ALUK is almost like living with 3 different businesses over the years.
Yeah.
A very much family business, with my father in it, and other family members were in it. And then got acquired by a Belgian group. So that was a bit different. And now we're part of the acquisition that was done in 2012. So we're part of the ALUK group as it now is. It wasn't at the time, but it is now. And we've and so it's sort of 3 different transitions that we've been through, from a small company to a mid-sized company, and then to a larger company as well within the industry. So, and we were very much seen as like the lower end of the brand from that perspective. A domestic market, felt like a challenger brand all the way through. So I quite enjoyed playing that position. Looking up at all the other big systems companies that were in the marketplace. And then we climbed the ladder all the way up through into the sort of top 3. So it was quite, interesting journey.
Yeah. Well, you certainly got a lot of experience that I don't think everyone would appreciate really without hearing this. Going through all of that.
Yeah, it's been it's been some challenging parts to it. We've had all the challenges over the years. So we've gone through, we went through some difficult times financially. We went through some, part of that was led by some of the acquisitions. We've been through some very booming times, high growth, 70% growth year on year for 2 years is quite difficult to deal with. And so it's, lots of interesting different parts to the business, and never thought it would be like that in the window industry, but it certainly has been on that journey. So yeah, it's been good.
Wow. Now that's so. How many employees and what sort of size are you sitting at now?
We're just over 160.
Wow. That is a few tea trays, isn't it?
There's a few tea trays. Yeah. No, we're at 160, and we've been we've sort of had a big we enjoyed supporting our customers, and our customers have had a lot of success over the years, and we grew with them. Um, then we've been through a bit of a strange transition since I went away and then come back again. So, and obviously I was a customer at that time, so I've experienced the other side of the fence now. So, which was good. Brings a new perspective back. Now I've come back into ALUK again for chapter 2, and it's been some good lessons learned, I would say, on that.
So going back to that, or diving into that a little bit, then, how long were you here before you left?
18 years.
18 years, and then what made you leave?
I guess for me it was personal decision to try a new challenge, I wanted to try and have a bigger influence over the industry, being close to the end customer. So being one level down on the supply chain meant you could be a bit closer to the customer, learn a bit more there. I still believe that aluminium can become a volume product within the market, not just a more of a niche product in the market. And so we built a industrial fabrication facility there whilst I was there,
Right.
aimed at the higher volume market, and it was quite an interesting to learn that side of it and the challenges that come with that our customers ultimately have now. And it's trying to have that empathy so we can understand what we can do for them in a better way, and it's the small details which are important. It's been, I think there's a lot of pressure that are in our customers' businesses, which we need to help and facilitate really, and try and take as much pain away as possible. So
Yeah, you've seen it firsthand, and then just going to the installers. They're the front line. They're going to put the pressure on the fabricators. They need their stuff, and
and I mean the installers have got a tough job, and I think it's important that we all in the supply chain understand that, and we support them as best we can as well. So they need to get in and out as quick as possible, and they don't want to return. And any problems that they have trying to get fit the product and get away again is a challenge. And if we let them down, then anyway through the chain, it certainly has an impact. So in here, since coming back, it's about that one length of sill that you need to get through the paint line to get it to the customer, to get onto site. That's what we're focused on now, is trying to be as reactive as possible, because things go wrong in this industry every day. So it's how you react to that is important. So it's a key focus for us now.
yeah, no, that makes sense. And so, what made you come back?
So, I went into a business that was private equity backed, and it was an interesting opportunity for that, but it was 4 hours away from where I lived.
Right.
So, I suppose that was a challenge. I could see the opportunity within the system market, to where I suppose there were some opportunities to improve what was going on from a lot of the competition. I was considering doing my own thing, and then ALUK reapproached me to come back to help them out. And I thought that was more of a compelling next step for me, really, and to continue what we were doing ultimately. And I thought, in the market and the conditions where we are now, it was important for us to continue the journey and try and turn around what was starting to erode a bit here whilst I was away. So
Interesting. So were you thinking of starting a systems company?
that
was
something.
something like that. Yeah, you wanted to change it. Well, a system. You had a
system.
Yeah, that's
exactly that. Yeah.
But I suppose this place, with you being able to do what you need to do, is
the assets are here. The investments
it's all
already.
there,
We've invested so much money in the UK business, in the UK market for here. And to take those ideas from, rather than doing a startup, and put it into this business now is a much quicker, easier route to market, I suppose, for everyone, really.
And it is very well. I mean, this building alone, a lot of people don't even realise you have it, do they?
I hope they do.
I think they do. Well, I think customers probably do. But it's a pleasant surprise. You see the size of it, but So what have you got here now? You mentioned paint.
Yeah, I mean, our business is fully focused on um, servicing the customers. So the key sort of pain points in aluminium system supply are stock, um, fast colours, um, painting, and thermal break are the main sort of key areas of where you can add value and give a better service to the customers. A lot of the smaller systems companies subcontract like we did in the early days, and it becomes difficult because you're relying on a third party to manage quite a difficult, complex process. So we've invested heavily in all of those added value parts. We've tried to avoid going into the trap of extruding here on site. Um, the main reason for that is you become a production-led organisation rather than a service-led organisation when you've got extrusion in that volume. So we've got extrusion in-house, but we don't have it on this site, and it makes us more customer-focused.
Wow, no, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. See, all these details that you don't really think about, and then it all makes sense.
Yeah, so we've invested. We've got we've got the best powder coating facilities in the world. We're the first systems company to put in the plant that we've got here. Being able to do a mixture of chrome-free pretreatment, pre-anodizing, the quality that we can offer here is really high. And the speed of changeovers and color changes that we can do here allows us to deliver a faster service than a lot of other competitors, really. So whether that's aluminium or PVC foiling or powder coating, the speed that we can offer, and that's our focus now, is trying to get quicker deliveries to customers and help them convert the order to cash quicker. So,
which, just going from my experience, that's knocking weeks off. A lot of it would go to manufacturer, then they could send it off to get it painted, or and then it's stripping it back. Everything that they need to do ready for powder coat. It was just all that took time.
Yeah,
and like you said before, consumers, well, they never want to wait.
yeah,
2 weeks is too long for some of them, and if you tell them it's 12 weeks because you want that specific color, it was, from my experience, it was okay because it was a bespoke color usually, but it's, they were less forgiving, should we say, over the last few years, and I think it's just.
Yeah, and we've just launched our Elements color range. We've moved that from 15 days to 10 days make to order, which supports our stock range. So, one of the things that we do very well here is we have all of our products for our trade and retail customers are held in 3 different colors: grey, white, and black, and then some variants of dual color as well. And we deliver that from stock, so it allows them to rely on that stock deliveries faster as well. I think as color choice increases and the demand from the end user for more color continues, that's why we've opened up another 20 colors onto the 10-day lead time. The push is to get that down to the 5-day lead time, and we're investing in the technology and stuff that we've got here to be able to do that as well.
So you've been in the industry for years, and you've sort of seen how's it changed. I mean, you must know so many people in the industry, so many people know you. Events and everything, it's a completely different world. Did you ever imagine that when you first joined, what fenestration is?
No, not at all. It's a big family, lots of good people all over the place, from all over the market, and some friends and some close people that you build relationships with over the years. And yeah, it's a great place to be. It's a great industry to be in. That's probably the draw for me of the whole industry. It's not making squares. It's it's really the people that go about that, and it's a tough industry. It's hard work. Lots of challenges, lots of components, lots of supply chain issues that you have to face, and you really need people that you're close with and have strong relationships with to overcome them and help each other out and get through those challenges, from suppliers to customers to all the way through. So it's it's key. It's key to have those people and those relationships and those characters. So
And it makes a massive difference. I think one thing we're sort of seeing is that even from a fabrication point of view, if they're not getting what they want from a systems company now, they're not afraid to move. That they will, if it's not working. So, is that put pressure on you from that sense, or was it just necessary?
yeah, no, I'd say Oh, the competition's fierce now. It's even going away 3 years, coming back again. There's probably 5 new entrants come to market in that time. Um, when we started off in the early 2000s, there might have been, I think there was 3 of us really operating in the domestic market. There's From we were tallying up, there is probably about 20 competitors in the domestic market. There's probably 30 different brands operating in the market now. It's a highly competitive market. Everybody is tried to get a piece of the pie. So yeah, it's key for us now to stand out from that. It's really differentiating on our service proposition to our customers. That's why we've invested so much in the UK market. We're not importers, so we've got everything here to service the customer base. But also, it's really through the product innovation, product development, that we spend so much money on that. It's our key differentiator going forward. Is really about innovating our way out and not getting caught in this race at the bottom that seems to
Certainly does.
keeps coming, especially when you're in a downturn. The industry is very quick to cut prices and think that can leverage position, and it ultimately fails, and it's proven to fail over and over again. So it's really having a strong value proposition that you can take to market is key for us.
So you mentioned, I mean, that was just 3 years. So what else has changed in that time, and what's new here? What have you changed this time around?
Really, we needed to. We weren't doing some of those things very well. So our how we treated our customers, me being one of them, wasn't particularly good. So we had to get the culture back in here about customers number one, and we I've personally worked hard with the team here to really get that back instilled into the business. It's where we always were, and it's where we will be going. So from that point of view, we've made some significant changes there, and we've pretty much introduced a new management team back in here now.
Right.
And we brought some key people in. Product development is a key piece. We talked about it. So bringing Paul Booth in, was a sparring partner, I suppose, for 10, 15 years in the old days. He's now part of the same team, which is, it's powerful. Some of even just us bouncing ideas off each other, it's powerful, and it creates good, healthy debate, and new products come out of those things, isn't it? And that's what
Yeah.
we're focused on. So we brought some good people in here to support the existing team. It's a good team, and there's a lot of good people that are still here, and we've reinforced that and bolstered the team back up. Brought some key people back that had gone left, and brought those back in, and really we're focused on customer experience and products. That's our function in life, really, is to make sure we get that right. So
No, it's like a football team, isn't it? You're bringing in people that you were playing against.
yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, and there's some really good experience in it. So we're it's we've got Kevin Bonner started now as well as our new sales director. So he's come from a slightly different part of the industry. He was in the composite window market for a long period of time.
Right.
So he's got a really good understanding of that side, different ideas as well. So he's just recently joined the team. Strengthen the finance team, strengthening the operations areas. So it's good. It's across the business, and really getting the team focused on what the new vision is, really mission that we've got on.
So you've shared the workload, but you can still take credit for all of it, or
No,
any
no.
of that?
No, it's definitely a team effort.
Yeah.
No, it's just getting the everyone focused in the right areas again. We needed to move the resources into the product sales, marketing, those areas again, not necessarily all the administration functions and those sort of areas. So it's getting the people in the right places to really drive forward now, and it's an excellent team, and I think we've got it's the best team we've had here to lead going forward now, which is good. So
It is, yeah, it is good. I think that's what people want to hear as well. Because when you come in, you come back, and then there's changes. People just, I think that'll ease them. They just want to know that you're doing the right thing, and it's not, because it can go either way, can it? With a new MD coming in, they go, "Oh, what's going on?" And yeah, it makes
no, and
sense.
it creates people. People get nervous about that, and it's difficult to deal with that change. But yeah, I think everyone here that knew me from before knew what I was about, and yeah, it's just getting that ethos going again with people that know what they're doing. So we're in a really good place. Really looking forward to it. I feel like we've got that sort of family business feel again, which is important, and it's we're all pushing in the right direction. We're all going in the right way. So I think that's key. Really, you've got to have a team going in the same direction for us. So yeah,
Oh,
lots of
great.
exciting things. Lots of people wanting to talk to us again, and customers coming back, new customers wanting to join join the new direction. So it's good. Yeah, and we've got some really exciting new products that we're bringing to market now as well, which helps. And that was part of the thing. We got a bit stale on the product development side, and we've lost a bit of ground. So we're going through a catch up phase, and then we'll push through into next year, and lead again, which is where we want to get to. So
No, that's good. And have you still got the studio in London?
yeah, we've still got the
Yeah,
design studio down there.
nice.
So yeah, and it's a key space. This is it. We're like a sleeping giant. We've got all the
Yeah.
assets here. We just got to make them work hard. So yeah, we did a low carbon seminar down there last week, which was really interesting and good topics, and a key focus for us as well is more on the sustainability side as well. So we're pushing on that. So yeah, there's lots of different aspects to the business, not just trade and the retail side, which is our core business, but we're also pushing strong into the projects market as well. So
It's not going away. It's still, that side is always going to be around, isn't it? It's sort of,
absolutely, yeah. I mean, still the volume of the aluminium market is still heavily led on the commercial project market. So yeah, it's aluminium's enjoyed growth in the domestic market for sure. It's probably gone from 4% market share as a material to 15% over the last sort of 10 or 15 years. So it's enjoyed that growth, but yeah, core segment for us is still the commercial project market as well.
I mean, and again, that number is a great jump, but there's still so much potential there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, if I track the French market, which is quite interesting to follow, and it seems like they've probably maybe even 10 years ahead of the UK in terms of the domestic aluminium market. 20 years ago, or 25 years ago, they had a similar market share in the domestic market, sort of 4 or 5%. They now hold 55% market share by value. It was done through, not necessarily through the bifolding door that was the vehicle here, but their sliding door range.
Right.
We're introducing part of that range into the UK now. We see that as a real vehicle for us to help customers get access into more of the domestic market as well. Yeah, really heavily focused on performance and optimized speed of fabrication, those types of things. So we're pushing into that, and I believe we can, over time, we can get into a position where, why can't we take 50% market share of the market? I think we've got a lot to offer, and we need to help our customers grow and take that opportunity, really.
Yeah, it actually makes sense because I think you always think about this market. Like you say, it was the bifold. Sliding doors were sort of always around. So then just bringing in the windows, because you sort of think of places like France and Spain, they've been either aluminium or timber. That's it.
Yeah.
UPVC doesn't really come into that. And I know it's changing, but yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, a lot of potential.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things we've got, we've it's been around for some time now, and we've recently redeveloped it with some more high insulation products. But our window system for the domestic market, I really don't think there's probably one other which is similar, but there's not anyone that really can compete with us on that. And the elegance of the systems that we have and the features we have for the home is key. And I see that promotion of that and the marketing of that from our side is a key area we need to focus on, because people are now looking for whole houses of aluminium, not just PVC windows
Yeah.
with a bifold door or a sliding door. So it's really looking at how we support the customers to take that on. And I certainly saw it when I was away. We were doing a lot more full houses of windows, and there's a lot more margin, a lot more value to be given then when we can get there. And then it's how you move into the house builder market, and which is obviously dominated by PVC, and I think we can find solutions to help with that as well. So it's
It is important. I mean, I have to admit, from my days of consumers, they wanted it to matter. From my point of view, you want everything to be the same company, the same brand. And while I think a lot of installers over the years have just had to bring stuff together and it'll sort of work, one thing that makes a massive difference, if you can get it from the one place, everything matches, the colours are the same, it's all designed to work together. It actually makes everything easier. So
absolutely.
it completely changes the process. So anything you can do like that is a win,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, and I think for us, it's also making it easier. I think aluminium has been perceived as difficult, and
Mm.
when I look at some of the large PVC players that have taken on aluminium, and it's that sort of uh, weird team that's sort of in the corner and the niche in a different building away from the main volume, and they use a different software, and it's not quite managed in the same way, and it's expensive people that run it and stuff. And I think we've got to get away from that. We need to make the software packages that we use cross materials the same. We need
Mm.
to focus on the fabrication techniques to improve that and make that easier to fabricate and install. We're doing that with our quick clip systems that we've launched for the glazing, to make that a lot easier and not having to wedge the windows now, and we can pre-gasket the beads. So we're introducing that into the bifold. The new sliding door we've just launched, we're pushing that into the window range shortly. So we'll have a full comprehensive offer across the to make it easy for installers as well. So it's so that's key for us. And yeah, and then following that with the service offer and making it fast to get hold of the product as well is also key.
So, as an aluminium systems company, the part Al and Future Homes, how does that? I'm guessing that's definitely come up.
Yeah, it's certainly been a challenge for the industry to be able to adapt to. I think we've done well as a business to do that. We've been really focused on making sure our customers are compliant, making sure we can exceed that where needed. And I think when you look at the competition landscape, I think it's quite obvious that people have struggled with that. And I would question, and there's lots of grey areas that we need to be careful about. And some of the competition could be misleading at times. Maybe that's their own naivety or lack of experience. But I think from our side, we're in all of the committees, all the main. We lead on with the GGF groups. We're part of all of that, so we're making sure we're knowledgeable and we can pass the right information on to our customers to make sure they're safe, really. And then they've not got problems on site with Fence or Certus, whoever coming after them. So I question other people in the industry and some of their data, and that's difficult. And I hope that the market can police that, because no one else seems to. So I'm hoping that the market can help police that and sort of really keep the professional level of the industry high. And I think the established brands have certainly done that, and I hope that some of the new entrants can play the same game, really.
Interesting. I suppose it is an interesting one because when it comes to U values, it's not really a safety thing. So it's not like there's going to be something that happens and they go, this isn't the U value you said it was. I can't see a way of it coming out. So I'm intrigued to see what happens. If it was something to do with fire or, unfortunately something like that will happen, and it would be tested pretty quickly. So yeah, it's like you say, you've got to stick to what you do, and yeah.
Yeah, I think we know that we're doing the right things with the right information. As I said at the beginning, we're heavily invested in our product development, and it costs money to invest in product development. So, people that just import systems from southern France and claim that it can comply with the UK regulations and test evidence. I said, I think we really need to. I would ask people to make sure they really understand what they're buying and putting into the marketplace. I think we've got to work hard now on educating the market on how to do that and how to ask the right questions.
I think I've got it. It'll be the solicitors that get involved, and it'll be like the car scams, trying to claim back all these inefficiencies for diesel,
Possibly. Don't think there's
something
enough
like
money in it for that. So
that. No, but it's also very hard to. I mean, I know you can calculate it, but how much a homeowner would lose over the years just for a point something, and it's always, like you say, it's a grey area, and that grey area is certainly 7016.
absolutely.
7015, depending how you feel. So, sort of, what's the plan in the next couple of years then? How are you going to mix things up?
I think for us now, it's having a key focus, and the Fit Show for us is a big focus for us for next year. We're signed up as the aluminium partner for the show.
Wow.
We were there from early 2017 when it came to the NEC. It had a massive impact for us at that period of time, and we've supported it throughout. We when I've been here, we've supported it each show, and for us, it's a good vehicle for us to really get to meet everybody and to present what we're doing at the time. So our innovations and everything we're working on at the moment is aimed at the 2025 show, and we're proud to be a part of that and to support the guys there to promote the industry. And I hope more brands come, and I hope that we can get it to being a successful show for everybody. And I think the more brands that are there, the healthier the show will be. So it's yeah.
Are you
positive.
expecting many system companies there, or?
I hope so. I hope everyone buys into it. Maybe not everyone's got something to say, which is always a key thing for shows.
True, yeah.
So we've certainly got a lot to say, so we can use that as a good vehicle. I hope other people have stuff to say because it keeps it healthy. There's plenty of competition out there, as we were talking about. So it's I'd expect to see a healthy show next year, and we'll certainly be contributing to that.
So that's quite a journey, Russell. In all of that journey, is there a low point that sticks out for you?
Yeah, nearly going bankrupt in 2011 was probably a low point.
I can imagine.
Getting out of that situation was probably a good high point. So managed to transition out of that. But yeah, that was a difficult time. I think relocating to this factory, some of our customers would say, was also a difficult time. But yeah, that would probably be a low point. Was 2011.
And I suppose you've seen the business throughout the years. So and everyone I talk to, I'm guessing it doesn't necessarily get easier, just more zeros.
No, it doesn't get easier. It probably gets easier when you get more substance and size. I think when you're a small business, it's challenging because you've got to wear multiple hats. And I think as you become a bigger organisation and make more money, you can invest in better people, and then the job does get easier in that sense when you've got good people around you. So yeah, I'd say it is challenging. There's just different challenges. There's always different challenges.
Nice answer. I like that. The flip side of that other question, is there a high point that sticks out for you?
Yeah, I think returning to ALUK is now my high point. I'm enjoying the challenge. I'm enjoying the coming back into this end of the industry. It's good reconnecting with everybody again, and I think that it's always part of the journey rather than the destination for me. So I think the journey we're on now is a really positive journey, and I can see how that one's going to, I hope, roll out. And it's an exciting time now. So
and the commute's better.
Commute's a bit better, yeah, as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that. Last question. Could be an easy one for you, but if you had to spend 2 weeks on a desert island with someone from the fenestration industry, who would it be?
That's really easy for me. My wife, obviously, Sinead. But I'd probably invite Gary Morton along for the journey as well.
Interesting. Would you be playing golf on that island?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully I'll beat him next time.
Russell, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for
Pleasure.
coming on. And open invitation. You're welcome back anytime. So we'll catch up with you, see how you get on.
Excellent. Look forward to it. Thanks
Thank
ever
you.
so much.